Giles Bumbleton's Dummy by William Barron. There's a policeman round our way, well known as Long Joe, and lately he's caused a sensation in Row. I've heard many a tale, but this fairly licks so, and if you've a mind you shall hear it. A joke were played on him a week or two sin, and whenever I think on it I cannot but grin. So if you'll just listen, me tale I'll begin. It's true, every word, and I'll swear it. You see, this Long Joe has been lately joined to force, and he wanted to shine as a matter of course. He put on such airs, and he made hisself hoarse, with shouting and bawling at childer. You'd have seen 'em all fly when he come into t' street, and no wonder they did, for he filled 'em with freight. But when he bawled out, he were like one knowing rate. His noisy honey man 'ud bewilder. Folks get plump disgusted with the noise that he made, and as for their childer, no pleasure they had. So one afternoon old Giles Bumbleton said, "I'll trick you, mon, sooner or later. If he'd only behave like a decent chap should, he'd get well respected, I'm certain he would. But I'll teach him a lesson that might do him good, and make him more civil and quieter. I've a dummy at th' house that I bought t'other day, at t' sale in yon tailor shop o'er across t' way, and it struck me at weight a joke I can play. I'll take yon man off all his swagger. He may rave out and roar like a chap that's gone mad, when he's trying to frighten some innocent lad, but he's known to much courage, his nature's too bad, and to say t' least he's nowt but a bragger. His merrying shone with a mischievous leet, as he muttered, "I'll try what he's made on to-neat. He'll not have to same bounce when he marches through straight, if I can judge out as he's human. I've getten me plans all drawn out ready-made, but I'll not do out wi' 'em till folks are in bed." And as Giles turned away, two or three on 'em said, thee, that's a regular rumman." That neat, well-up neighbours were sleeping in Row. Giles was sat in his room looking out for Long Joe. The dummy had a long shirt on, a neat cap and all. Said Giles, "It's real looking, that's certain." Just then at a corner Long Joe he espied, so he unfastened t' window and opened it wide. Then he let dummy hang with a rope to outside. Then he stood back and peeked out through curtain. As Joe passed out, Giles he stopped and he stared, and his knees fairly whackered, bit mass he was scared. When his breath come back to him to run he prepared, he ne'er stopped to look any further. He flew from that spot at good rattling pace, and rushed into police station with pale haggard face. "Come on, chaps," he cried, "there's a terrible case. It's suicide certain, a murder." With 4 policemen with him, Joe went back to t' street, and he took 'em and showed 'em at th' horrible seat. The sergeant went up to dummy and then laughed outright, and he cried, "Why, that wasn't a mummy." "What is it?" he said, "at as browt as to see?" "A corpse, does to say." "Nonsense, come here to me. There's somebody been making a rare fool of thee, for it's nowt but an old tailor's dummy." There were some broad faces were laughing next day, when Giles told his tale in his droll-fashioned way. Young women and childer, old men worn and grey, joined into laughter with hearty good glee. And as for Long Joe, he's a different mon. If you look for his swagger, you'll find that it's gone. But you've only to ask him to just get him on, when the inquest on t' dummy's to be.